Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video was going to be on this bronzy, glowy, dewy skin look. This is going to be perfect for summertime and springtime. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Also, I do want to mention that I am going to be doing my full face in this video and taking you all through the steps because these steps are a little bit different than my normal everyday foundation routine. So the brows are going to still be the same, so I didn't really go through that. So make sure you click on the link above so you can go check out the brow routine. Prepping my skin with the Too Faced Hangover Primer. I'm going to make sure I bring all of that all over my face and down my neck. So for today's foundation, I'm mixing the Lancome Tinty Idol Ultra Wear with Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation 2-in-1. The Milani is a little bit more dewy than the Lancome, but it also offers an all-day wear. And I'm going to go a little warmer with my foundation because I typically like a little bit of a deeper foundation because I know I'm going to brighten back up with concealer. But these two foundations together keep the skin looking hydrated, moisturized, and a little bit of a natural glow. So as you can see, my foundation is a little warmer than me, but it's okay because I want that bronzy, glowy, warm look like I just got tan from the beach. Then I'm going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm using Tan Sand. And this is brighter, as you can see, but it does normally match my lighter parts of my face. Then I'm going to add a little bit of the warmth from the Dior concealer. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend this out with my beauty blender. I always start with my chin in the center of my face, and then I go in and I go underneath my eyes because the least amount of product I want in the center of my face, and I want the most coverage underneath my eyes. So I'm just wanting to brighten up a little bit more. So right here I'm just adding very, very little of the Tarte Shape Tape. I know it looks like a lot, but I literally pressed it on there extremely lightly with not a lot of pressure. So here I'm going to take the Black Opal foundation stick, and I use this on a clean sponge, and I'm going to cream contour and slightly cream bronze, but this is going to be more of a contour for us. And to keep the dewiness going, I want to really make sure that I'm working with cream and liquids to really get the skin moisturized, hydrated, while still adding the depth and coverage that I want in certain areas. Then I'm going to go back with my foundation sponge, and I'm just going to go over the natural areas underneath my eyes and stuff to make sure everything is seamless. And as you can see, the skin is still looking dewy and radiant. So for this part right here, I'm going to take the L'Oreal True Match powder, and I'm just going to take this with this wet sponge that I have, and I'm going to press this underneath my eyes. This is going to set underneath my eyes, and then it's also going to help prevent any fallout that we may have. However, we're going to bring back the dew towards the end of the video, but I just really want to set and brighten up underneath my eyes in the center of my face. So right here it looks dramatic, but I promise once we finish it won't look so bright. It all comes together. So here I'm just bringing back structure to my face. I'm not really focusing on contouring right here, but I am focusing on shape. So for today's look, we're going to use the Urban Decay Born to Run eyeshadow palette. We are going to start with this first color called Riff, and it looks a light in the pan, but as you see, as I blend it in, it actually comes off not extremely dark, but it comes off darker than what you would think that it would look like. Well, at least on my skin tone. It comes off as a real pretty natural contour color, so that's why I'm also going to bring that color down the center of my nose, well, the sides of my nose. Then I'm going to go in with a fluffier brush and really pack this color on underneath my eyelids. A quick tip is if you're trying to get underneath your eyelids but you really want to see, hold the mirror above you and look up into the mirror, and then you can see everything that you're doing, and then you can blend properly underneath your eyes. So I really want to focus on buffing this color out and softening up the edges. So I'm going back in with a bigger, fluffier brush and really softening up the edges and smoking it out so it looks seamless, yet you still get the smokiness. Then I'm going to take the darkest color in the palette called Punk, well, the darkest brown in the palette called Punk, and I'm going to focus this in the crease, and then you're going to notice that I'm going to really pack this color on the outer parts of the eye. because I want the depth of the outer part to be a little darker when we lay down the shimmer on top. So I really want to add more depth towards the outer part and a little bit of lightness towards the center. And I'm also going to run this underneath my lash line. So right here, I'm just packing the color on the outer parts because when I lay the shimmer on top, as I said, I want it to still be a darker shimmer. Now for the fun part, the bronze part. This is the shadow called Double Life in the same palette. We are going to take a fluffy blending brush, and this one is a dual fiber brush by MAC. And at first, we're just going to lay the color down in like a soft sweeping motion, pressing in and then sweeping it out. Then I'm going to go ahead and spray it with a little bit of the Morphe setting spray, the dewy version, to give it a little bit more of a metallic feel and to make it more vibrant. And I'm just going to pack it on. And as you can notice, the eye that was sprayed has a little bit more reflection than it dried. So I'm just packing it on, as you can see. Here's a quick little shot. And then I'm going to take Havana from MAC and the extra dimension eyeshadow. I can talk. Very little bit on the center of the eye. This one kind of cooled the color down. So I'm going to go back over it with the MAC pigment. And I forgot, I think this one is called, and no, this is not Antique. I'll leave the name down below. But I'm going to take another fluffy blending brush and pack this on the center of the lid as well, just to bring a little bit more light but keep the warmth. And when I say warm, I mean a little bit more of the reddish, orangish tones, whereas the other shadow was a little bit more cool, so it's a little bit more purplish, more gray, more silver. Then I'm going to go in with a fluffy blending brush and just soften up the edges to intensify this look and really tie the look together. I'm going to use the Urban Decay Perversion eyeliner. This is actually one of my favorites because it is so smooth and it does not budge once it is set. It goes on creamy. It's extremely black. Then I'm going to take a smaller, I'm also tight lighting right here, so I'm just intensifying the depth in the eyes. Then I'm going to take a smaller brush and I'm going to go back into Punk and I'm going to smudge out that black liner underneath my lash line just to create a soft black blurred line opposed to just one defined black line underneath the eye. It just softens up the eye just a little bit. Now taking Sephora bronzer and Ibiza, I'm going to take this and really press this into the skin, as you can see. So with the cream contour, this helps us not use as much powder because we've already laid a base down. And I'm just going to sweep this all around my forehead. I'm going to sweep this on underneath my cheekbones. I'm also going to go a little bit over the powder on the chin so the brightness is not as intense. Then I'm just going to take I'm going to take a brush that has no powder on it and just kind of dust away any excess powder that I have underneath my eyes and in the center of my face. Then I'm going to go over it with my favorite powder that of course is discontinued by Makeup Forever, the Pro Finish powder in 185. And I'm just going to lightly go over the highlighted parts of my face with this powder just to kind of tone down the intensity of the lightness. Next, I'm going to go in with the Makeup Forever Pro Finish powder, and I'm just going to use this as a blush this time. Because it is a little warmer, I could actually do this with this powder. Then I'm going to take the L'Oreal powder that we used earlier just to make sure everything is seamless and smooth around the powder from the Makeup Forever. Now, the fun parts, we are bringing all of that J.Lo Glow back. This is the Morphe Luminous Setting Mist, and I'm going to mist my face with this using a lot of spray. This is just me personally. I do prefer to go in a little bit heavier with the setting sprays. This is going to set all of the powders and make everything melt together. I'm also going to spray the Morphe setting spray on my sponge that I had my powders on and press it underneath my eyes. This really rehydrates underneath the eyes since we laid down all those powders, and it melts everything together because sometimes when you mist your face, the setting spray doesn't get underneath your eyes. After the setting spray has subsided and it's not as wet, then I'm going to go in with the Lancome highlighting powder and put this on the highest points of my face. So because we sprayed, this is going to give more of a wet reflection to the skin and not so glittery. I'm also going to go on top of this with the Dior highlighting quad. I really love this Dior first quad. I really don't care for the second one that came out, but we're going to go in with the cooler tone bronze, and we are going to put this on top of that one to kind of tone down a little bit of the gold and bring more warmth back to the skin. Here I'm also dusting a little bit of the Dior highlighting powder on the apples of my cheeks just to bring a subtle glow to the skin. So I want the most intense part of the highlight to be towards the highest point of my cheek, closest to my eye, and I want the naturalist, most subtle highlight on the apples of my cheeks. Then we're going to go on to the lips, and I'm just lining my lips with the MAC Cork lip liner. This is more of my skin tone. And then I'm going to go in with the NYX one. I forgot the name, but I'll leave it down below. It's a little bit darker. It reminds me of the MAC Chestnut. Then I'm going to go in with the Makeup Forever lip liner in Demolition. And this is where I'm really kind of overlining my lips to add more depth. This is MAC Peach Stock lipstick, and I'm going to press this into my lips to make it more of a natural peachy nudie lip. And I'm going to like really press my lips together to blend it. Then I'm just going to apply some quick mascara to prep my lashes for false lashes. This mascara is by, I think, Laura Mercier. Mascara on my bottom lash line because I don't want my bottom lash line to get lost in the sauce. When I apply my false lashes, I really want to add shape back to my eyes, and mascara on the bottom lash line definitely helps that. And I will also have the lashes that I use listed below. Now for the lips to finish it off, we're going to use the Fenty Gloss in Hot Chocolate. This really tied the look together for me. It brought all of the browns together, it brought the lips together, it brought the cheeks together. It just really completed the look for me, and I love it. So this is the completed look. As you can see, underneath the eyes are not as vibrant. Everything just kind of melted together. The skin has luminosity. The highlight doesn't look like glitter. This had to be one of my favorite looks that I've done thus far. Just because I'm a natural girl and I love the glow and I love all of the bronziness that comes with springtime and summertime. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed me doing the foundation part in the beginning, so you can actually see why I did that opposed to just using the old one. Yeah, and that's what happened. My lashes always fall off. Make sure you subscribe, comment, and please share the video. Also follow me on social medias. Bye guys.